Legacy of Wisdom is a nonprofit project building a vision for best practices for living and fulfilling life's potential. While focusing on the last half of life, it remains applicable to all generations.
If we were to be able to choose a lifestyle for our later years, what kinds of elements should we put into that life? Because I think many of us do have more years ahead of us, and we have this opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for me it's always, I speak about nature. I think if we could bring the natural elements, to be close to us, it helps us to understand what are we crossing through, we're going through, because the elements, like if you have the fire, if you have your daily relationship with the fire, with the water, it shows us. If we have time to watch it, that's what happens when you are at that age, that you have time to watch it. Then you can meditate on your life, because our life is fire. So how the fire burns and takes things back to their origin and remains the light. That's what we are. We are light. So everything that we felt, the love that we felt for our family, for our partner, for our children, our grandchildren, great-grandchildren, all this, and everything that, this is light, this is fire, it's still there. Even when we pass away, it will remain in others, that love that we are. That's how we can be sure we will never die. That all those that love us, our life will remain in them and in everything that we did. So I think this is very important, that we feel detached from things and go back to the spirit. And so the elements of nature, they teach us that. Like Mother Earth, Mother Earth, she's always there. You put all dead things there, and she always gives life and beauty. And so I think when we are becoming more aged, we need that, because this is like an assurance for us that we will never die,
How would a person bring that into action a little bit? I mean, a lot of us are in cities, or the family is gone, or our husband or wife is departed. Many of us are alone.
I think everybody, aged people, need to have a little garden, even if it is in the living room. Need to have a little garden. I took care of my mother until she passed away. And my mother, she had all those issues. She was a very active person. When she was young, she was active. She had 6 children, lots of grandchildren. Then she ended up being so lonely, because everybody went away. She lived with my sister. That was also a lonely woman. But she was still younger, so she was finding her relations out of her house. She was not in the house feeling fed. She needed to go out. So my mother was there alone. She was not useful anymore. When doctors told her she should not anymore work, do anything, neither cook, neither, that was her death. And then in a certain moment, I felt I should leave everything that I was, all my mission, everything that I had to do, and come to take care of her until her last minute, because she was my mother. She gave me that life, So I took care of her, and I had all those insights. What could I do for her to accept that she was living this life the way we know here? So I put her in this good chair by the sun, and I was always gardening around her, and I took the garbage, from this natural, from the food, natural garbage, and integrate this in the earth to make good earth, and then I plant there little things. We didn't live in a house. We lived in an apartment that had a little, like, big veranda. And in this place, I made a beautiful little garden to her. And she was there. Sometimes she was sleeping by the sun, but I was talking to her about that, and she was seeing that dead, those things that were dead, gave life to those new. And she liked so much that. And we put little pieces of fruit there for the birds to come, and so always those birds would come and sing, and you can, because life is everywhere. If you pay attention, if you wake up early in the city, you will, in New York or São Paulo, you will hear the birds. That's incredible. So if you cultivate, it's about cultivating,